Hello everyone, my name is Jocelyn, you may call me Joy, and I've been thinking about this for quite some time. Was sort of debating whether or not to even make this video, because it's, on the one hand, it's such a nothing thing. It doesn't affect me in the slightest, because I don't use Twitter. I see it and Facebook and a lot of other social media platforms as toxic, but those two in particular are especially poisonous. So I just avoid them altogether. But I want to put some thoughts out there and see what other people think, if I'm along the right lines. Maybe even start a movement, you never know. So the question is, should leftists even use Twitter anymore? There's a number of reasons why I've even thought of this question in the first place. Firstly, as I've stated before and previously, I feel like Twitter is a method of communication that is seriously limited. And a lot of the interactions on there are just despicable, poisonous, like people throwing vitriol and hatred at each other. When you've got such a limited amount of characters, and that's what you end up seeing a lot of the time, why would anyone want to even try giving any benefit of good faith argument to an interlocutor who is going to do that? I'm also going to reference the thing that PhilosophyTube and ContraPoints said about gender dysphoria. If you don't know, essentially what Abigail of PhilosophyTube said was gender dysphoria isn't real. And then Natalie of ContraPoints said that yes, it is. This is a fraction of what they actually believe. If you watch one of their videos, which, their videos are around about half an hour to an hour and a half long each, you will see very detailed, nuanced, very well explained, thought through kind of arguments, explanations of the things that they believe and the research that they have done. The limited character space, again, being a problem, serves to only strip all of that nuance and all of that semantic reference away. And this is, I think, true of a lot of just leftist thinking in general, because it is deeper. I don't want to keep saying leftists because, there are right-wingers out there, people who believe in right-wing ideology, who also have, deep, nuanced thoughts about things. They end up being Fox News presenters. I guess nuance was the wrong word to use. But in both cases, you'll get people who wish to express themselves with more than just 200 characters. And when that nuance is stripped away, when that level of detail is stripped away, you end up with misunderstandings, with internet flame wars, with all of this stupid bollocks that just doesn't serve to promote any good dialogue or communicate any meaningful messages. Then of course there is the musky elephant in the room. Elon is not a friend to leftists. Since he took over the platform, the amount of hate speech has skyrocketed. Elon himself is a right-wing man-baby who has the edgy humor of a 13-year-old on 4chan. Twitter itself, I think it's a useful tool to see what the enemy says, and that's about it. When Trump was on Twitter, and I again have made a video about this in the past, about how Trump was saying all this ridiculous fucking batshit crazy stuff, but at least we knew what he was thinking. That was the literal only upside. Similarly, with someone like Graham Linehan, he practically lives on Twitter. And we can know what's going on in his thoughts and his mind because he just can't stop himself from spewing it all out there for the whole world to see. And okay, great, we understand that you're a transphobic bigot. This was useful information, but I don't need to see 60 tweets a day about it. I don't think anybody does. Algorithms, especially like the ones used on Twitter and YouTube, yes, reinforces this negative controversy, because negativity, it just grabs people's attention more than positivity. So because of the engagement being driven up, it ends up sucking people into these like negative drama or poisonous faux debates. These communication tools, Twitter and Facebook, these are not improving people's lives. These are not there to improve people's lives. They are there to keep engagement. They are there just to keep you hooked on engagement so that they can drive up ad revenue, and that is it. So I would say to any thinking person at all, not just leftists, but especially leftists, because this is again a platform that doesn't allow for good communication of thoughts. This is a platform run by a right-winger who actively tries to, or at least seemingly, since his arrival of taking over Twitter, has been actively trying to suppress the views and the words associated with trans people, trans acceptance, and has encouraged things like, or at the very least not stopped, things like trans genocidal rhetoric. And when I say trans, I do mean like literally every fucking group. The racism on Twitter is now completely out of control. Hello, Editing Joy here. So for more information about the whole Elon situation, Twitter being a cesspool in the post-Elon era, shall we say, I would really recommend these 3 videos that I'm gonna put images of on screen right now, by the creators The Humanist Report and Surus. These are just the latest in a long line of worsening environment on Twitter. And these are just, you can delve back even further on their channels. And this is how I know that this has been happening, because people that I follow are talking about how Twitter has denigrated the minorities, and it seems to be imploding on itself in terms of the free speech angle, because it's not promoting that, even though that's still the thing that is being said. Like, Elon himself is still saying that he is pro-free speech, when clearly he has a bias and an agenda, especially after the whole Ron DeSantis thing where he announced his presidency run using Twitter, which, haha, very funny. It was a massive shit show. But the fact that Elon is promoting this kind of thing and is deliberately suppressing the other voices, the leftist voices, the leftist ideas, at least not giving them enough sort of equality. Like, did he also host an announcement for Marianne Williamson? No, he did not. So there's that. There's also, to further impress upon you the idea of what Twitter has become now, I'm going to put this particular graphic on the screen now, which shows you an image of the world map. This is a screenshot that my researcher sent me, and you can read for it yourselves what it says. There is absolutely zero surprise that the name Turf Island has been given fairly. This is quite literally the worst place in the world for social media hatred of trans people. And this tells me two things. One, that I am living in an awful shit country, but also that this freedom of speech angle is nothing more than just a veneer for allowing hate speech. It's not regulating out the actual badness. And again, some people will disagree about what is considered hate speech and what is considered free speech. I really need to get into that in a later video. It is the fact that this is continuing unimpeded, and it is causing people very real effects in their actual lives, spreading transphobia, spreading hatred, is causing us to become more unsafe. Because people take those ideas that they see on Twitter, on social media, and they bring them into their real lives. While I was having a look on the internet, I found a study by the Royal Society for Public Health, which showed that many youths reported that their mental health worsened after engaging on Instagram and Twitter and other platforms. So, for the thinking person, just stepping away from these things is going to improve your life just by improving your mental health. Because you won't be so crushed and so sucked in by all the negative controversy that is, again, there only to drive up engagement, not to serve you any purpose. I guess the title of this video should be, should anyone even use Twitter anymore? Because what's the point? Like, leftists are not going to get heard. And right-wingers are just going to get mad as hell about imagined problems. Like, oh my god, the pronoun police are coming to get you. Or, oh my god, another capitalist company has thrown a rainbow on something and now we've got to hate on them. Like, seriously, get a life. Get off Twitter. Anyway, I'll try and throw some something together with that and edit it together and da-da-da. And non-binary is valid, goddammit. Bye. Youths reported that their mental health worsened after engaging on... Shut up!